Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Oh shoot, that whole thing I probably said you guys didn't hear. Alright, so what I was saying is a lot of you women think that it's okay to do what you want. But the problem is it's not okay to the person who you eventually want to be with. See, it comes and it catches up to you. So you can say, I'm going to be this free thinking, free flowing woman, and I'm going to get high and I'm going to sleep with whoever, strangers, a guy and all of his friends. I'm going to do all these things and it's not going to matter because, I'm a woman. I'm an American modern woman and I can do what I want and you guys have to adhere to me. And we don't. See, because there's millions and millions and millions and millions more women on the planet than there are men simply can turn around and grab the next woman and completely ignore you. And you'll throw a fit and, to no avail. It'll get you nowhere. You'll throw a fit when this guy does this, but nonetheless, you used up all your value in our eyes. See, women, you have to understand, you don't want to be important to men, but you are. You don't want to be of value to men, but you are. You are valuable to us. From the day you're born, you're valuable to us. You know what I'm saying? You're valuable to us because men need you. Men need women and women need men. You need us to keep this modern world ticking. From the day that we're born, men who are raised as a boy are fed instructions to grow up and take the place of the men who are dying. We are told things and what to do so we can jump right in where the last man left off. My dad worked for a car factory. Guess what I did? I ended up working for a car factory. My dad went to the military. Guess what I did? I ended up going to the military. See, that's how it works for us. We grow up thinking we need to protect. Now, America didn't ask me to protect it, but America asked me to protect it. They didn't draft me, but they said we need people in the army. See, they came down to my block and was looking for us. The recruiter didn't sit in the office because none of us would walk into his office. He literally came down to my block in the hood and watched us run around. And then he started speaking to all of us. And that's how I ended up getting into the army. So I'm just saying, ladies, men are instructed as a child to grow up thinking we need to build something. We need to drive something big. We need to use a hammer and a nail. We need to learn how to fight. We grew up this way. It is important that we grow up this way. Because what is happening now, you have men who are growing up without this knowledge. And when they do, they're not able to protect you. They're not able to build anything for you. All they're able to do is what you're able to do. But there are tens of millions of more of you women walking around on this planet. We don't need more of you doing what you're doing. That is already done by nature. We don't need our men to walk around like women. We don't need that. We need our men to walk around like men because, one, we die faster. We die faster. Okay? There's more of you walking around on this planet because men die faster. We need our men to be men. All right? And we need our men to value our women. When men start devaluing women, we do not look at you as women. And when you start valuing yourself above a woman, you come into our territory. Once you do that in valuing yourself as in the territory of a man, you devalue yourself as a woman. You see how that math goes? The more you value over here, the less you're valued over there, which means I now look at you less as a woman. So I care about you less as a woman. Now I don't look at you as the weaker sex because you can do what I can do. So you have to understand, men can't change your mind on what you women are thinking. You're going to have to do that yourself, but you understand that now you are a threat to us. And the men who you soften and you want to prance around like you, those men are no good to us. Those men are no good, and from a society standpoint, that are walking around prancing, they're not doing what they're supposed to. They're no good to us. I'm just telling you right now. Those men who are walking around like that, they are not doing. Listen, these are not men who are going to protect you. These are men who want to look like you and act like you, and even though they can fight, they're not looking to protect you like a man should. You get into it, they're encouraging you to fight. A real man is not going to encourage a woman to fight. Not unless you bring it to her front door. But he's not going to go out and then cause a ruckus and act all this, and then you're out there fighting and he's out there, yeah, girl, do that. We don't do that. We break up that fight because it's nonsense. We don't want your face to get all messed up. We don't have time for that. We need you to be soft. We need you to be feminine. We don't need you to be a tiger at the crib. That's what I'm saying. We can't change your mind on what's happening to you women in this cycle that has got you women in a grip. But it's so dangerous to what you're accepting. You got to understand, females, you are the gatekeepers of the community. If you cut all this nonsense out, it will not be in your community. If you don't encourage it to happen, it won't be there. And listen, ladies, the less men that are out there not doing their job, the more men are doing their job, the more protected you and your children are. It's simple math. It's so simple. It's simple math. The more protected you and your children are. So you ladies, you got to ask yourself, how protected do I want to be? How important is your body? How important are your children? Because your children are not being protected. They're going out into the world and anything can happen to them. When I mean children, I don't mean like I mean children. I mean your children all the way up until they die. So I'm not particularly talking about a particular age. I'm saying your kids, your 18, 19, 20-year-olds, when they step into the world of college, anything can happen. When they step out into the job market, listen, they come up against the real harsh truth. We don't care about you being cute. We care about you being able to produce. Can you get on this line and get it done? Your cuteness means nothing to us. We don't care about that. If you can't do it, then stay outside the parking lot. Because we do not have time for that. We have quotas we have to get done. There are schedules that need to be kept up with. We do not care about your social status. We don't care about none of that. We care, can we get this car off the line? We care, can we get this tractor off the line? We care, can we get this house built? Can we get this apartment complex built? That's what we care about. If you're not with these programs and you come out into this real world and you're not helping us in some kind of way, then you are no good to us. Help us in some kind of way. Even if you're the super feminine woman who is not a worker bee, but you are the super nurturer, There are women like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're not one of those working women. You're not one of those. You working women as and women who are employed, gainfully employed. You are a super feminine, woman who says, "Look, I'm the homemaker. That's what I'm good at." And if that's what your role is, then you find yourself a good man. You fall up under his program, and you're the best homemaker. Listen, we love homemakers. I have no problem with homemakers. I think it's super to be a homemaker because it's a lot of work and it's tiring. If you're a homemaker, thank you very much for being a homemaker. We don't need you to come out and get on an assembly line at a tire factory if you're a homemaker. We need you to be at home and build that home and build those children up. That's what we need. Stay at home. Get these kids smart. Keep their mouths in line. Keep their bodies clean. Keep them fed. Keep them strong. You know what I'm saying? We need this. We need our children talking at early ages and doing math and listening to music at early ages and opera and all this stuff to help the synaptic gap mature, which is their something in their brains. Anyway, we need their nervous system to be as advanced as possible. We need them to be as aware as possible. We need them to get plenty of sleep. We need them to get plenty of playtime. And we need them to start learning at early ages how this world really works without stealing their innocence. We need them to have a plan. We need a 2-year-old to have a plan. We need you to have a plan for the 2-year-old. There are certain things that should be done with the 2-year-old, certain things the 2-year-old should start doing, and that has to fall in line. If that doesn't fall in line, then the building block for that child falls behind. If that child falls behind, then that child is going to stay behind all the way up until they get on their own. And then when they get out there in society, they will not be able to function as fast and as regularly as the rest of the children their age. We've seen this happen over and over and over again. And we know the end results of this. Ladies, we can't change your mind on what's happening to you. As a man, and what I see in the viciousness that you women have that is in your body, the pure visceral anger that you women have built up against black men that you don't even know, we highly suggest that you cut this out. We suggest you let some of your anger go. It's not wrong to be defensive, especially if you have little ones. You should be aware of your surroundings. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you think everybody is out to do something bad to you and your children, then you're never going to let somebody come in and help you. And there's going to come a time where it's just going to be too much for you. It is. And those walls are going to close in. And you can be the strong black woman all you want to. Yay, you. Glory to you. Whatever nonsense you want to put in your head. But sooner or later, you're going to realize and understand that you were never supposed to play that position. You played that position because a lot of fault, that's your fault. And you need to own up to it. You did this. You made these choices. You put these people in your life, and they did this. They did these things to you, and your body and your family because you did this. Now, some things were out of control. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the very things that you can control. And we're not, and we know we all make mistakes when we're young. But don't keep making those mistakes because you have no excuse. Men cannot change your mind, ladies. And we're tired. We don't want to keep arguing with you. we're finished. That doesn't mean that we're soft all of a sudden. What it means is we're ready to move on and choose the next option. The ball's in your court. What are you gonna do?